Okay, guys, I'm going to follow up something I've done for the guys. The asset of the week is Euro JPY, and I'm going to trade it for you just to, well, why not? So let's roll the intro, tell you all about it.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. We're about to go into market on Euro JPY. It's a market that I've already marked up. I did it last night and I've done a quick read this morning, and it's just broke through a zone and we're ready to rock and roll. So let me flick this over. If I come down into this, you'll kind of see we do what's called asset of the week, where the guys have a little bit of a chat, and well, we're having a right old chat actually. It was up here. There it is there. Euro JPY. Because it comes from those guys. So Stuart Lucas rather. Little small Paul wanted it away. Steph jumped in and it had the most. Quite simple. Okay. So what I've done this morning is I've done a chart read for it. Marked up exactly what it is, how it's going to work, etc. And also through the trade ideas, if we look at the date there, this was, just switch that off. That was 10 to 9 last night. I was starting to do the markup. So they knew where the levels were and everything the night before. This is the strength sheet. If I look at it on the strength, just so that we can kind of see, it's tightly bunched. So the euro is slightly stronger and JP's a little bit weaker. However, if I sort of look at the bias of this thing, because this was where it was made up, and I just flick it on and I show you what we'll see. Let's drag this down. It's currently in a selling motion. Again, the guys have access to this and they can see the bias. It's coming up to 9 o'clock, so we're ready to go to market. And the dominant bias at this moment in time is selling, and the low time frames are also selling. It's telling me to look at an hour as the anchor chart. In other words, that's where you're going to get your trade idea. And it was telling me to wait with a minimum target of 12. Now, if I just drop that up here and get rid of that for now, we can see this is coming into play. Now I marked a zone here. I wanted to see a break of said zone. Now if we were using box strategy, it would have already have paid us multiple times this morning. But we're not, we're just doing traditional trading. Now I need to put in some criteria for entry exit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the anchor, which is here, and I look for the dominant move to put in. Now these levels that are in won't change, but the levels that I'm about to put in will. Okay, so if I get a fib, I can see the move started down here. Something's gone a bit wrong. That's as high as it got. Now what I can also see is this 23 line is tying in with a key level. Now, the area we look for is the 50%, which is here. So I'm quite happy with these three levels. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I'll be looking to stage it up to in and around this red mark. Why that? Because I want a barrier between me and the price. I've got one here. I've got a bunch of swings and I've got another barrier there. So I'm quite happy with that. But looking at the dominant direction for the next sort of 4 to 6 hours, it's sort of downwards. So that's the game. Now, the bigger picture, if we go to the daily, is actually to the upper side. And the sheet has shown that. But what it is this section here that we're working against. and I think it's reasonable to assume that it might push down and then push up. So I'm going to be very careful with the target. So drop it to 15 minutes so I can see what's going on. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Take it into 5. I'm going to do a candle count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The average point is under here, so I'm just going to put an order there, and I'm going to follow it up into these zones. That's the general gist, and then I'm going to try and trail the market down on itself. So let me just quickly drop that in. Now just put an order in underneath there, just under there. Now we are being conservative with targets, so we've got to be a little bit careful. So what we'll do is we'll just set it about 15 to start with, which I don't think is too bad, which is there. Okay, we do have a deeper target down under here, but if, I'd be happy at this moment. And as you say, there's no tickets running. That's the only order in. There's no history because it's my first day back from break, and away we go. Simple as that, guys. Now the idea here is I can follow that price up, and the only way I can get triggered is if it comes down into me. So there we go. Catch you in a bit. Okay, guys, job's done. Enjoyed my coffee. I've got, you might hear some banging in the house. We've got joiners putting the internal doors on. Woohoo! Starting to look like a house again. But let's explain this. The number one priority is always be sensible. If I'm going against the grain, I'm not going to be mental with my targets. I'm going to keep them sensible, and I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out and happy with what I get. Now I work on a minimum basis of around 10 pips or what the sheet tells me. Now with this one, kind of went through the middle, and as we can see, done, out. Only got one entry in, 75 quid. If I so wish to go back to market, I can. But less is more. If you're only getting 75 quid a day, so what? It'll compound and grow. If you're doing that around a day job, that is a decent amount of money on top of your salary. Now, if you're doing this for a job, well, you're not driving anywhere. You're at home and you're doing limited hours. 75 quid pro rata is still a good amount of money. So you just got to tick along, and that was just on a £5. So this job ain't as difficult as you think. Now I've already been going into the small account. I will be doing more of this as we go forward. Probably concentrate more on the small accounts than I will my wage account, but I did that one this morning simply because the guys in the squad said that's the asset of the week, and I believe in showing the way, so that's what I did. But there's the small account. Did £2.7 this morning off that. There's no trades running, and you can see the growth profile of it. And if I pull up what's going on, and I dropped a clanger on this video earlier on actually because I selected the wrong asset, but the trade was the same. So you'll have seen US JPY instead of Euro JPY. Corrected that now. But if I just pull up the bull account, and you'll kind of see what I'm driving at here with the small account, because today's the first day. That is there. So I'll put them into there. Exactly what I was doing. Well, I am really tired because I put good eye instead of gold eye. Ah, dear. First day back from holiday, you'd think I'd be refreshed. As not. As knackered. So, there we are. Put that back together. So, what's the story with this? Well, it's compounding slowly. I'm only looking for a 5% growth this month, which was rounded up to 12 quid, 69p a day. So I'm well ahead of the game because I've got to make up the last 10 days. Just simply because I was on holiday. So again, this is where I'll concentrate if this is what you guys want. So that's it. Just backing up what I say to the Discord guys and also to you guys. It's very easy to look at something retrospectively. In other words, oh, I got in here and I got out there. Yeah, of course you did. It's a little bit harder to do it where I'll say, this is what I'm going to do, and then do it. That's a bit harder. And that's all I do every day. And it is simple stuff. Keep it simple. Have things like this mug on your desk that remind you of what you're doing. I have them all over the place. I've got loads of these mugs, and if you want some, they're in the shelf below. But they do help because it's all subliminal. You see it and you remember it. And then you go, maybe I shouldn't take this trade. Things like that. Anyway, guys, keep your comments coming, keep your questions coming, and we'll go through this journey together. And as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.